माधवा कुंजा बिहारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदना ब्रज जनरंजना यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजना यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी जयो राधा माधवा कुंजा बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. जय राधा मदन मोहन, राधा मदन मोहन, राधे जय. जय जगन्नाथ जगन्नाथ बलदेवा, जय सुभद्रमाय, जय जगन्. जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय, जय गौरनिताय. जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद. नित्य गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल. श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तनम की, श्रीमद् भागवतम की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं, देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये. नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया, भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः. Hare Krishna. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, chapter 30, the activities of Prachetas. Text number 21. Maitreya uvacha evam bruvāṇāṃ purushartha bhajanam janārdhanam pranjalayah prachetasah तद्दर्शनाद्वस्ततमो रजोग्मला गिरा गृणान् गद्गदया सुहृत्तमम्. मैत्रेय उवाच एवं ब्रुवाणां पुरुषार्थभाजनम् जनार्दनं प्राञ्जलयः प्रचेतसः तद्दर्शनद्वस्ततमो रजोमला गिरा गृणान् गद्गदयः सुहृत्तमम्. मैत्रेय उवाच एवं ब्रुवाणां पुरुषार्थभाजनं जनार्दनं प्राञ्जलयः प्रचेतसः तद्दर्शनद्वस्ततमो रजोमला गिरा गृणान् गद्गदया सुहृत्तमम् गिरा गृणान् गद्गदया सुहृत्तमम् गणां प्राञ्जलयः प्रचेतसः तदर्शनद्वस्ततमो रजोमला गिरा गृणान् गद्गदया सुहृत्तमम् मैत्रेय उवाच एवं Mataji's एवं भुवाणां पुरुषोत्तमजनं जनार्दनं प्राञ्जलयः प्रचेतसः तद्दर्शनद्वस्ततमो रजोमला गिरा गृणान् गद्गदया सुहृत्तम्. What word meaning? Maitreya Uvacha. Maitreya said, Evam, thus, Bruvanam, speaking, Purushartha, of the ultimate goal of life, Bhajanam, the bestower, Janardhanam, who takes away all the disadvantages of the devotees, Pranjalayaha, with folded hands, Prachetasaha, the Pracheta brothers, Tat, him, Darshana, by seeing, Dvasta, dissipated, Tamaha, of darkness, Rajaha, of passion, Malaha, whose contamination, Gira, with a voice, Agrunan, offered prayers, Gadgadaya, faltering, Suhrittamam, unto the greatest of all friends. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The great sage Maitreya said, after the personality of Godhead spoke thus, the Prachetas began to offer him prayers. The Lord is the bestower of all success in life and is a supreme benefactor. He is also the supreme friend who takes away all the miserable conditions experienced by a devotee. In a faltering voice, due to ecstasy, the Prachetas began to offer prayers. They were purified by the presence of the Lord, who was before them face to face. Purport. The Lord is herein described as Purushartha Bhajanam, the bestower of ultimate goal of life. Whatever success we want in life can be attained by the mercy of the Lord. Since the Prachetas had already attained the Lord's mercy, they were no longer subject to the contamination of the material modes. जय श्री श्यादा मदन मोहन की, श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की, श्री गौरनिताय की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की. The material modes dissipated from them just as the darkness of night immediately dissipates when the sun rises. Because the Lord appeared before them, naturally all the contamination of material qualities of Rajas and Tamas completely disappeared. Similarly, when an unalloyed devotee chants the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, he is also purified of all material contamination. Because the name of the Lord and the Lord are identical. As stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Shrunvata Swagata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanaha Hridiyantasto hi abhadrani vidhanoti suhrutsatam. Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is the Paramatma Super Soul in everyone's heart and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. The holy name of the Lord is Lord Himself. If one chants and hears, he becomes purified. Gradually, all material contamination disappears. The Prachetas were already purified due to the Lord's presence before them, and they could therefore offer proper prayers with folded hands. In other words, as soon as the devotees are engaged in devotional service, they become transcendental to all material contamination immediately, as confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. Sagunan samatityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Sometimes the devotees are dissatisfied due to they are not seeing the Supreme Personality of Godhead personally. When the Prachetas saw the Supreme Lord personally present, their unhappiness vanished. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadate Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunadhanvitam Tam Sajevam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarini Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratushe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Krupa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, seeking blessings from His Grace Anandmay Prabhu and His Grace Raghav Goswami Prabhu and all the assembled devotees. I can speak something from this verse, what I heard from my superiors as a service to all Vaishnavas and for my own purification. Here this pastime is narrated by Maitreya Muni to Vidura. So here the Prachetas, on the instruction of their father, they underwent severe austerities, and Lord is pleased by their austerity. So the main component of their austerity is, it is explained, they are having cooperation among themselves and they are submissive to the instruction of their father. So that is the main austerity. Even Srila Prabhupada also expected the same thing actually. In Kali Yuga, the greatest austerity is to cooperate. So Prabhupada in the last days, he told, you can show your love towards me by how you cooperate among yourself. So here, Lord is so pleased by their rendering devotion service by following Lord Shiva, Rudra Geetam and everything. And Lord showered so many blessings. And if you see the beauty of the blessings, what Lord showered is so much material opulence and full of body is very healthy and vigor. All the senses are have full capacity to enjoy. And at the same time, he will not be entangled in this material world and he will be rendering pure devotion service and ultimately go back to Godhead. So this is the ultimate blessing. You have so much material opulence also and capacity to enjoy also. At the same time, you will not get entangled also and you will go back to Godhead also. So this kind of rare blessings are like this actually. Generally, Lord fears if I give material opulence to devotees, what will happen? So they may end up being misusing. So similarly, we can see actually something similar, that here the Prachetas completely satisfied by having the darshan of the Lord face to face. And after that, there is no desire left in their life to have anything. And at that time, Lord is giving that. They are not having any more desire to enjoy. At that time, so much material opulence is given also, there is no risk is there. So, similarly, Dhruva Maharaj also, Prabhupada quotes before in one of the purport, that Dhruva Maharaj also, when he got the darshan of the Lord, he also said, Swamin Krutardosmi Varam na yache. So, I am completely satisfied, now I have no more desire. But he came with desire, he wanted a kingdom bigger than his father and even grandfather. So, but he is having no more desire. But still Lord gave him all the material opulence. And even Dhruvaloka also, he was bestowed, long duration of life. So all these things are given. And at the same time, he was blessed that he will not be entangled also. So, this is the blessing of the Lord actually. Here it is said, they are freed from Taddarshana Dvasta Tamo Raja Amala, Rajomala. So, that by the darshan of the Lord, they are completely freed from the ignorance of Rajas and Tamas. In that way, even though they are in the material world, they are not affected by the influence of the Rajas and Tamas. So similarly, we can see one more instance in the case of Sudama Brahmana. He also approaches Lord Krishna for the sake of getting some favor requested by his wife. But he is not in a mood to ask anything actually. But, how can I ask? It is like a, agenda, meeting the Lord with an agenda that I am going and I will get something. Remembering my past connection, now he is in good position, so let me get a favor like this. But he went, okay, let me at least get to see the Lord and after long time, I am getting an opportunity, at least with this, mood. He goes and he meets the Lord and he spends time. And Lord Krishna also sees actually the condition of Sudama. He is very poorly dressed. He is, very thin and lean. His bones are visible. He is not in a good condition also. So, Lord thought actually I should help something also. Somewhere I am hearing that one of the Acharyas said, Lord Krishna had kept a condition, when he came, when he took the avatara. I will give something only when I receive something. Otherwise, I will not give anything. So, you should also give me something, then only I will give. So, Putana gave poison. So, that is also all right, but he should give something. Something should come. So, Lord gave position of mother. But exchange should be there. You should give me something, then only I will give you something. So, the Lord has kept that condition and came. So, here also, when Krishna wanted to award something to Sudama, he was thinking, but this fellow is not giving anything, What? Even if I want to give something, you should also give me something. So, but Sudama is hesitant to give something to Lord. He brought that chipped rice, which he collected, but he is in a very hesitant to give. Then Lord saw, actually, he grabbed it and he ate. But he did not give anything at that time. He sent Sudama back. Thank you very much. Like that, he sent back. And Sudama also did not felt anything bad actually. Hare, Krishna saw me in this condition. My situation. Why he did not give anything? He never felt like that. So that is a beauty in that exchange. And Sudama felt actually, maybe Krishna thought if I get lot of opulence, then, I will become very materialistic and, I will deviate from the path of Dharma. So, he is the real friend actually. Because he is real friend, he knows my ultimate good. That's why he did not give anything. So, that's how Sudama Brahman thought. And he went, and ultimately Lord gave him so much opulence, Sudama couldn't believe only. So it is said, Krishna felt a kind of, shy to give anything to Sudama. Because Sudama, what he gave is something beyond his capacity. He doesn't have that chipped rice also, he collected from somewhere and gave. But Krishna thought, whatever I am giving to Sudama, it is within my capacity. So, whatever I am receiving and whatever I am giving is not equal. So, Krishna felt a kind of, shy to offer something. Hare, what is this exchange? Somebody can question. So Krishna told you go, I will send something like that. He did not told, but he did it like that. After he went, he sent from behind. So in that chapter, Prabhupada writes that title is given, Sudama Brahman was blessed by Lord. So if you see, the beauty is Lord's blessing is not the material opulence which Sudama received, but after getting so much material wealth, Sudama did not forget the Lord. He completely remained as he is. Before getting wealth also he is devoted to the Lord. After getting so much wealth also he is completely devoted to the Lord. So this is the blessing of the Lord. Not that getting so much wealth is not the blessing. So that's what happens with many people. So before having wealth, they are somewhat devoted, and after getting so much success and everything, people forget the Lord. So the same thing we can see in the life of Srila Prabhupada also. Before going to America, totally, if you read Leela Amritna, Prabhupada had difficulty to get the basic needs also. Getting the food also, Prabhupada had difficulty. That's what we used to see, that whenever he used to go to print, and that printing press wala used to ask, Swamiji, had you have breakfast? And don't worry about it, let us do the work. Like that, Prabhupada used to say, don't think about it. Then he understands that, he did not eat a heaven breakfast also. So like that, Prabhupada had a very great difficulty that actually he didn't have basic means also. That, and Prabhupada writes also to his God brother, I want to cultivate some life members, some donors, but I don't have decent dhoti kurta also. So like that. So many instances we can see actually Prabhupada had difficulty even getting some basic things also. For going to one place to another place, Prabhupada used to think it will be expensive, so he used to walk and go instead of taking some auto or anything. So, but on the other hand, Prabhupada, after going to the West, it is enormous success. It is totally diametrically opposite. But Prabhupada still remained the same. So, that is generally, it is very difficult actually. You get lot of money and followers, and not only just followers, disciples are ready to do anything. Prabhupada told, go to Pakistan. They went to Pakistan and preached. They went to Russia. Can you imagine such surrendered disciples, Prabhupada had? And can you imagine the kind of success which opening temples, printing books and distributing books. So it is unbelievable success. But Prabhupada completely remained the same person. Many people told actually he is like the same person actually. Those who met Prabhupada before and they saw Prabhupada also afterwards, after going to West and came back to India, he is the same person actually. Even though now he is having so much opulence and followers and everything, he remained the same. So this is the real blessing of the Lord actually for anybody. So this is how, because they are completely freed from the mala, contamination of the rajas and tamas, because they always feel the presence of the Lord. So I was reading that book recently, in that Dancing White Elephants. In that it comes that, Giriraj Maharaj writes, we felt always that Krishna is always with Prabhupada. Krishna is always with Prabhupada. Wherever Prabhupada traveling, actually Krishna is also traveling with Prabhupada. And one more place it comes that somebody, when Prabhupada went to some donor's house, they give some cooked prasadam and ask Prabhupada to offer to the deities. So Prabhupada offers that to the deities. And the devotees say, we felt as if Prabhupada not only offering the food to the Lord, he is offering his heart along with that to the Lord. So, we can say this is what Lord says in the Bhagavad Gita, Padma Patra Yavambasa. A lotus leaf is there, that is in the water, but that is completely unaffected by the presence of the water. So, on the other hand, Prabhupada used to say that Lord has 10 hands. If Lord want to take away something from you, you cannot restrict. If Lord want to give something with 10 hands, with your 2 hands, how much you can take? So, that's how we can see that Lord not only gives, he takes away also sometimes. Yasyaham tad anugrahnami harishye tad dhanam shanai. So out of his causeless mercy, Lord sometimes withdraw also from the lives of the devotees. If Lord feels that something is an obstacle for a devotee in his spiritual progress, in his devotion service. So that's also we can see in the life of Prabhupada, when he was trying to be successful, in terms of business and everything. Success is not coming. But whenever he is trying to preach, it is happening very nicely. That Prabhupada writes actually, I don't know, whenever I am attempting any business activity, somehow it is always, backfire. But whenever I am attempting spiritually, it is all going on good. So ultimately, but Prabhupada is a person who always, whenever failure is there, his attempt is bigger next time. Generally, anybody does something less. Prabhupada used to always plan something even big. And ultimately, Prabhupada opened a factory kind of thing in Allahabad, and that is, got into fire, and so many people looted. And at that time, Prabhupada remembered this verse. So it is the, maybe desire of the Lord and mercy of the Lord. He wanted me to completely dedicate. So, though that also we can see actually in the life of Narada Muni, when he was a small boy, and at that time, as he is becoming more and more, intense in his devotion, his mother passes away. So, like that we can find many examples in the case of Bali Maharaj also. Lord comes and he takes away all the wealth. So, but one thing we can see, in all the cases, the devotee did not complain. Oh Lord, why you are doing this to me? So that is the beauty in that. So if devotee really complained, means Lord will not take away. That means he is not that much matured enough to handle the Lord's mercy. If you are complaining, means actually you did not understood what's Lord's mercy. So in any case, we don't see that actually devotees complained, actually why did you do this like to me? Never. So here, for a devotee, whether they have something or they don't have anything, so if they have Lord, they have everything. So that's what Kunti Maharani offers prayer. Namo akinchana vittaya nivritta gunavritte atmaramaya shantaya kaivalyapataye namaha. So Lord is considered the property of the impoverished person. So in this world also people say, jisko koi nahi hai Bhagavan hai bolke. Right? So in that way, Lord is a property of those who are materially exhausted. But here we see there are Pandavas are there, they are highly opulent, after win the war. So the thing is, they have so much, but their main property they consider, that is service to the Lord, is the main asset. It's not that whatever material assets, whatever they have, they never considered that is our security in their life. So in that way it is said, a devotee is one, it's not that he doesn't possess anything. He possesses so many things, but he doesn't claim anything as his own. He claims only Lord is mine and service to the Lord is only mine. So this we can see very interestingly. Recently His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj passed away. In that will, if you see, he writes very clearly, I don't have anything in my life. Whatever are there, everything belongs to Iskcon and JBC and everything. I have only one thing, that is my deities. I don't have anything in my life actually, he says. So that is the akinchana vittaya. Now what is yours, he said, actually is only, my deities are only mine. So to a degree, a person is completely freed from the rajas and tamas actually. He can feel the presence of the Lord always in his life. So that's how you see that Prabhupada used to say, actually, never there was a time that, I don't remember my Guru Maharaj. I am separated from my Guru. Always felt the presence of his spiritual master through his service. So here we can see this Prachetas with a great austerity achieved the success, and they got the darshan of the Lord, and they ecstasy, faltering voice and tears are rolling from their eyes, and so in that way they are offering prayers. So similarly we can see in the material world also, so many people achieve so-called success, with so much struggle they get into some big ranks in institutes, and get IPS, IAS. In sports also we see literally people cry when they get that, and tears are rolling from their eyes. Nayanam galadashrudaraya, vadanam gadgadayarud. So like that we see actually in this world also people attain success. So here Prachetas also achieved success. So what is the difference? If you see what the difference is, there is a lot of differences there. So the material success, whatever people get, that is very short lived. And not only that, actually, our sense of happiness comes when somebody recognizes it and somebody congratulates you, then only you will feel successful. you know Recently Chaitanya Charanpu was telling, actually, in one of the podcast, he came all India topper in GRE in those days. He's all India topper, verbal, analytical, and everything sent. And three of his close friends did not wish him congratulations. In whole college, everybody said, "Hey, you made it." But three of his close friends, when he met, one fellow did not said anything. He was upset. Second fellow also did not said anything. He upset. Third fellow also did not said anything. Did not mention it. He was so upset. And afterwards, he deeply realized, actually, why I am becoming dependent on others for my happiness. So much. So material success is like that, actually. Always we become more and more dependent on others to become happy. But here, the spiritual success is not like that, actually. And not only that, even after getting so much material success also, people feel a lot of incompleteness in this world. People feel highly lonely. It said in one of the country, they have opened a ministry. We have Ministry of Education, Health, all these things. So there is a ministry of loneliness. They have opened a ministry. Why? Because many people are feeling lonely in their life and they are committing suicides and everything to reduce that in that country. I did not remember the name of the country, but so they counsel them and everything they do. And they found, actually, what are the causes of being feel very empty and lonely. So they found some causes. One of the causes is, actually, people end up doing something, but that's not what they want to do in their life. So for example, somebody want to become a photographer and they ended up becoming software engineer or something. So their wish didn't got fulfilled, actually. Somebody want to become musician, he ended up becoming doctor. So in that way, they felt, actually, something very incompleteness in their life. So in that way, they find lot of incompleteness. And other people achieved success also, whatever they wanted to achieve. So they climbed the peak of the success ladder and they got good fame also. But still, they felt lonely because, actually, they don't have any good relationships in their life. So everybody is behind them only for the sake of money, name, fame, and to get something out of them. So there are no relationships are there in their life. That's how some people, even after achieving everything also, they are incomplete. And this happens to very few people, actually. The third category is, they have success also, they have people also around them who are good friends, but still they didn't have God in their life. They felt incompleteness. So that happens to very few people to get that kind of sensitivity. That's what we see in the lives of Acharyas, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami. They have so much material success also, and they have good family members also. But still, they felt, actually, we are, not able to serve the Lord. So in that way, they find lot of emptiness in their life, and they are always want to how to attain the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they always want to quit their material career and run towards the Lord. So in that way, actually, the material success is all about, actually, makes a person more and more lonely. To the degree a person satisfies his false ego more and more, to the degree he becomes more and more lonely. So it is said, it's not actually what we have in our life that makes us happy, it's who we have in our life that makes us happy. So, but many times people think what I have is more important. What we have is more and more gadgets only in this. If I get more and more things, I can become happy. So in that way, people end up gathering more and more things, accumulating things, and try to be happy. So nowadays, the people are replaced by things, and people are loving things and trying to use people. And people love people also only to get things, so that I can get some things out of them and become happy. In that way, there is a lot of, incompleteness is there. And people are united also in this world only for the selfish purpose. So that is not at all real unity. Here Prabhupada says actually the real unity we can see in the lives of Prachetas actually. The real unity is serving the God. That's what is real unity. In this world the unity is only for fulfilling the selfish interests. So Prabhupada says the United Nations also is like that only actually. So many countries together but everybody has their own agenda. So in that way it is very superficial unity, and you can see actually flags are increasing. So in that way the countries are not united. So unity on the lower principles is very easy in this sense actually. So for fulfilling any lower desires or lower interests, people get very quickly united. If you see in the Mahabharata, interestingly, you see Kauravas are more united than Pandavas also. You don't see Kauravas are quarreling among themselves and have some disputes or something. But you see most of the times in Pandavas having some kind of disputes and anything. Why? Because whenever you want to unite on higher principle, there is always a kind of challenge will be there actually. But whenever you want to unite on the lower principles, it is very, very easy actually. On the basis of sense gratification, it looks they are wonderfully united and they are so cooperative and everything. So, but that doesn't elevate our consciousness actually. That makes person more and more selfish, on the lower principles, and eventually they end up quarreling and fighting, obviously. So here actually we can see Prabhupada brought real unity among different nations, not just one kind of people. So in the service of the Lord, just like here Prachetas could cooperate, like that Prabhupada brought real unity. Here Prabhupada writing actually the holy name of the Lord is non-different from the Lord. If one chants and hears, he becomes purified. So this is the faith which Prabhupada had actually always. When he went to West also, the holy name of the Lord is very powerful. And the same sloka which is there, Shrunutam Sakata Krishna, Prabhupada wrote in the Jalduta prayers also. The message of Bhagavatam is very, very potent. So that too, when it is coming from the lips of pure devotee, it is even more potent. That's what Lord says, Yatra gayanti madbhakta, tatra dishtami narada. I will personally manifest there when a pure devotee chants and sings glories of me. So in that way actually, Prabhupada really brought Krishna in the lives of the people, by which the mala of the passion and ignorance completely driven away. So we can see really all the devotees felt Krishna in their life. When Prabhupada was there on that planet and preaching, all the people who are so blissful and so excited in rendering devotion service. So, in that way, Prabhupada offered nourishment to the spirit soul. Generally, we are all after nourishment of the body, but the soul is to be nourished. So recently I was hearing, so in this world also somebody works for somebody also, the money is given to the soul, not to the body. So if a software engineer is there, his dead body is put in front of computer, will he get any salary? He doesn't get any salary. So the salary is given to whom? To the soul, not to the body, right? If a cab driver is coming and he picks you and drops you, so money whom to you will give? To the driver only will give, not to the car, right? So, the driver takes the money and first of all what he does, he will maintain himself and he will take care of the car, right? He doesn't think because of the car only I am surviving, so let me only put everything, invest to the car only. He doesn't do that. So he first invests that money in taking care of himself and he takes care of the car as well. So the most important thing is the actually nourishment to the soul. So here when chanting of the holy name, when you hear from the lips of pure devotee, when you hear glories of the Lord from the lips of pure devotee, it causes actual nourishment to the spirit soul. So as the nourishment to the spirit soul happens, that's what happened. What Bhagavatam says, Tada rajastamo bhava kamalobha dayasye cheta eter anaviddam stitam sattve prasidate. So in that way, here we see, when Prachetas saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead personally present, their unhappiness completely vanquished. So in that way, Prabhupada offered the real happiness formula actually by bringing the presence of the Lord into our life. So it's not that we have to always see the Lord, we should be able to feel the presence of the Lord. So many people we see in the Duryodhana and all these people, they saw the Lord actually, but they couldn't appreciate the Lord. So Prabhupada says, more than seeing the Lord, understanding God is more important actually. Understand God and think how to please the Lord. So that will make us more happy. So Prabhupada, through his teachings and his example, he gave us a perfect understanding about God, by which actually when you understand somebody, the next step is you accept him into your life. When you don't understand him, then there is no question of accepting him. So to the degree we understand Krishna, it is very, very easy to accept him. To the degree we accept Krishna, to the degree we will become really happy. So these are some few thoughts on this verse. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Nice class. Enlighten us. So, regarding the Sudama, he collected morsel of puff rice from different houses. What I heard is that when Krishna appreciated, of course, he didn't give it with a good heart, but Krishna accepted it. After accepting, not only Sudama gets the luxurious houses, the people who has given the morsel of puff rice, they also got the luxury. What we can understand from this is, you may be a nimitta in serving the Lord. Those who serve you to serve the Lord, they also get benefited.
Thank you very much.
So good message for Janmashtami. So don't think I'm the doer, you are the nimitta. Collect as much donations, whatever is possible for Krishna, they also get benefited. Okay? Directly or indirectly. Hare Krishna.
Here table is there.
Prabhu.
His Grace Anandmay Prabhu, you want to add anything? Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much. Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.